Hey everybody, it's Carissa Brown here. I'm an independent distributor with GelMoment, and today I would love to show you how to do a speckled nail with a textured look to it. So I've already painted up a couple nail sticks here to show you. One being Feeling Ferny and the other Cloud 9, just as a bit of a show you what we can do. So today I'm going to do it on London Dreams. So I've already painted a nail stick and I'm going to use this wonderful large fan brush. I like to use this one because I feel like I can get things nice and spread out with that. So London Dreams is what I've used to paint my nail stick. I've already put a couple coats on. The other colors I'm going to use, the first one is Raven's Kiss. So I'm just going to give it a quick little roll there to mix up the color. And I'm going to take a small line. I don't want to use a lot because I don't need a lot. And I'm going to put it on my silicone mat. From there, I'm going to grab my large fan brush and I'm just going to gently dip a couple of, just a small spot on my brush into this polish. I don't want to put a lot on because I just want to gently brush it onto my stick. So I'm just going to very lightly pull this polish across my nail stick. And I'm going to go in all different directions. I don't want things to look proper. I want it to have a bit of a rustic look, textured look. So it's a little bit hard to see because I am going very lightly with it. So I'm just going to dab a little bit more on my brush, wiping off just a touch of it as well on the silicone mat. So again, I'm just going to come in at it anywhere just to give it a little bit of texture. Getting a little bit more on my brush because I just want a bit more. I'm just going to pull it everywhere on the nail so there's nothing that's the same. So just going to finish this off. I always find that I like to put a little bit more on than what I would in the very end, because by the time you put on, you know, the white over the top and your speckles and a coat of either Clearly Frisky or something, it kind of takes a little bit of that texture look away. So I'm happy with this now. So I'm just going to go ahead and cure it. So that's been cured now and hopefully you can see it. The texture that's going on it. Now I'm going to open up my lovey-dovey and I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm just going to put a small line on my silicone mat and I'm going to grab my fan brush. So now I'm going to dip into the lovey-dovey just on the tip again, wiping off a bit of the excess polish. And I'm going to pull it across the nail stick again, just the same way that I did the black. Nothing in uniform, just a little bit here, a little bit there. Change directions with it, mix it up. So I want to get out to the edges as well because sometimes that gets missed. And I'm just gently pulling it. And if you ever feel like you've put a little bit too much on, that's not an issue because by the time that you pull a little bit more white across the nail somewhere else, you can just simply go back over where you've got too much white and pull it in different directions because you haven't put a lot on. It just disperses it really nicely. Just a touch more here. Now I'm happy with how much white I've got on that. Hopefully you can see the bit of texture. I'm going to cure this. And now that I've cured this, I'm happy with that textured, distressed look that nail stick has going on. So I'm going to grab my fan brush once more. And I'm going to dip the tips of my fan brush directly now into Raven's Kiss. So it's almost going to ball on the tips of that fan brush, the polish will. And then I'm going to come in directly from the top with it so that I can just get little dots to create a speckled look. And I want to turn things so that nothing is the same. I'm turning my brush so that it doesn't look like I'm getting the same 4 dots in the same pattern. And if you tip your fan brush a little bit one way, you know, you're going to get another bit of a pattern. So just need some more on my fan brush again, dipping it into the Raven's Kiss, and I'll come at the nail stick again. And I'm just gently touching it. If you want not so much of a dot, you can kind of press harder and you'll get a line to the side of it as well. So, but for this one, I'm just gonna stick with the dot more than anything to give it that speckle. And if you want larger dots, you're just gonna put a bit more of that polish color that you've chosen onto your brush, dip it in a little bit further so you have more on there to pop on your nail. So again, just like the lines that we pulled underneath, you wanna make sure that you get out to the side as well so it's not just concentrated in the center. So I'm happy with that and I'm gonna cure it. So now I'm going to want to seal that in with either Clearly Frisky or something else. So I've actually chosen to grab the beautiful Matter Effects this time. And I'm going to pop that on almost to give it more of a stone or a raw edge to it. So Clearly Frisky is really fun as well, but this just gives it something else. So I'm going to try this time and see what happens. Want to pull this across and make sure that I'm not getting it too heavy. I had a little bit too much on my brush here, so I'm just cleaning that off. I find if I put this on too thick, it almost becomes cloudy. So I'm just going to pop this in now and I'm going to give it a cure. So I've pulled that out and you can see how beautiful that matte is. So you can see them against the other two that we've done up with the Feeling Ferny and Cloud 9 just to see the shine against the matte. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. And again, my name's Carissa Brown. If you have any questions, please pop them in the comments. Bye.